Okay, in this video, we're going to be looking at the bill of material and how you manipulate the bill of materials for style and layout. So how the columns are set up, how the headings look, etc. On this particular drawing, we have a drawing that has a bill of material that is in the style of the EPS internal bill of materials, and the rest of the drawings are in a different style. So taking a look at this, we have been mandated by the client, Disney in this instance, that the bill of materials should look like this, with looks like I'm missing off to the side there. Yeah, so we need quantity, item, part number, description, and manufacturer. We need all of those columns to be present, and we need the heading to be down at the bottom. So the first thing that you should do when you have a multi-sheet drawing set like this is to go and look at another sheet in the set. So if I take a look at, should be sheet 7, was that one? Okay. So what I'm going to do is, this is the correct bill of materials. I'm going to click on this and see if it is set up as a particular standard. It's being attributed to this style, the EPS BOM 2017, but it is, if I select this original one, it is referencing the same standard. So that tells me that somebody has done a little bit of custom manipulation already to get us to this point, and I can't rely on just selecting a different standard. So to show you what I mean, if you select, so I'm going to click off of this, and you notice that these are both grayed out. There are no there's no options available in the style pull down here. But when I select it, then I can switch between styles. And when you do that, then whatever layout was saved in that standard will automatically switch to. So because we don't have a style established yet for this drawing set, I'm going to just show how to manipulate and change that manually, essentially. So the first thing we want to do is we want to have these headings appear at the bottom. And now this is not something that I do every day, and so there may be a little bit of hunting and pecking on my part. So the first thing we want to do is get the headings to appear on the bottom. And so I believe that's going to be part of table layout, and heading down at the bottom, and OK, and apply, and OK, and that took care of that. So then the next thing we want to do is make sure we have our columns set up correctly. So first column we want is quantity. So we have a quantity column, so that's good. Then the next thing we want to have is item next to that, followed by part number. So you can do this just by dragging these guys around. So I'm going to take item here, and I'm going to drag it there. So we have quantity, item, and then part number. I'm going to highlight that and drag that guy next, and then I believe manufacturer. All the rest of these, hang on, surely we have description. Quantity, item, part number, description, manufacturer. How about that? So description then is in between part number and, whoops, description is in between part number and manufacturer. So quantity, item, part number, description, manufacturer. This rev, unit of measure, cut length, they don't belong. So we're going to go into column chooser. And there's another way to access column chooser, and it is with this guy right here, column chooser. So rev doesn't belong, unit of measure, and cut length, they go away. We'll say OK, they disappear off of there. Now when we say OK, everything should be looking good. Next thing we want to do is sort by part number. And once these part number fields get populated, they will need this sort will need to happen again. But I'm going to show how to do that. You sort by part number ascending, and that gets our What we want is our custom parts, the M, etc., to appear later in the list, and anything with a number like a Fastenal or a McMaster car part number will sort up to the top. There's a lot of other things going on in this bill of material that need to be corrected, but that's a tutorial for a different time. We just want to look at basic layout. Once you resort by part number, then you select this guy here, renumber items, and you get item numbers renumbered so that they correlate with how the list is stacked up. So I say apply, okay, and there we go. How do I get my item number to go the other way? What if I want item 1 to be down at the bottom? Could probably, if I sort by part number descending, okay, then order my guys, and then go back to the sort and change that to ascending, then I will get items 1 at the bottom, but in the way that I want to look at this list with these numbers up at the top. Okay, so that is how you fix that particular situation. As long as we're talking about layout, if at all possible, we want to avoid wrapping text so that we have one, we can minimize the height of a bill of materials. This is done just by dragging it like so. There's a lot of changes needed here, so I don't want to drag that out because this part number is going to get a lot smaller. But you see what's happening there is that we're going to be able to condense that part. We're going to be able to condense that bill of material into a smaller space just by eliminating some of this text wrapping. And then the same thing with the column width. You want to make sure it's as tight as possible. You just drag those columns over to be as tight as can be. So I think that's it for this video to show how to get those columns rearranged and the headings rearranged. Thank you very much.